kind of excited that we were showing that also. I told her she looked really good in the video, and she said that when I was really young. She's going to be 9 years old in 2 weeks. She lives at home alone in the southern part of, where does she live, Virginia?
Charlottesville, Virginia.
Virginia, all by herself. My son came to the house today to give her pancakes, so she's reliving this day every year over and over again. She said, I'm probably not going to make it to the next year. So realize what we're doing today matters. It matters to her, it matters to her family. So Chief Fox is going to speak. Father Perry's going to say a little prayer, and then we're going to watch the video 24 years ago, the news clip of when he passed away. Before I introduce Chief Fox, realize Chief Fox was here as a cop back when he first got on the job. He left here as an anti-crime cop when he got promoted to sergeant, so he worked with Detective Louis. So go ahead, Chief Fox.
Talk about our others who, one is, there was an officer who worked in the 7-0, I'm embarrassed I can't remember his name. I had a nice exchange with him. This was about 2 years ago. He went to borough crime and he made sergeant. But he had a really bad appendix attack. And I called him when he was in the hospital. And he remembered me talking about Louis Miller at the orientation. And he said he happened to be sharing a room in a hospital with a retired cop who was one of Louis' partners and spoke about Louis. It was so nice. He's telling me these Louis Miller stories. So I said to him, not to put him on the spot, I said, give me one. And he said, okay. He said that what impressed him the most about Louis is that when they went to a routine aided case, which when I was a young cop and I went to a routine aided case, that's exactly where I was not supposed to be. Because I was supposed to be a cop to go out and make Holland, right? But when Louis went to a routine aided case, he would pull up a chair and sit down while they're waiting for EMS or while EMS was doing their thing to try to comfort the person. And this other cop was so impressed that somebody would do that. And the other is, I tell you about him stealing his very expensive fur coat from his wife Veronica. He came to feel sorry for a homeless woman who he used to see in the cold all throughout the year. There was cold weather coming upon us, and she used to hang out in the train station on 18th and Church Avenue. So he sees this coat that has been in the same spot in his wife's closet for a million years, never worn, all the way in the back. So when she's not home or whatever, he steals the coat. It's a fur coat, London sheep or something like wool, something really nice that was given to her by her mother. He is another retired detective. He says Louis Miller not only taught us how to be good cops, he taught us how to be good people. And in honor of Louis, let's continue to remember his legacy and be open to all the people that are around for us in our lives, in our jobs, in our careers, that are looking to help us become better people. And that's probably the greatest gift we can give to his legacy. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Paul Perry's going to say a little prayer, so everybody parade, rest!
You know, before I read the thing that I wrote, I just was looking at the plaque. The young officers that you train will carry on your values and character. The older officers will treasure them forever. The older officer treasuring forever. The young officers carrying on the values and character. How do you pay tribute to a man who died before most of you graduated from grammar school? Like, how do you pay tribute to a man who died before some of you were born? How do you remember somebody that you never knew? How do you honor a widow who lives far away with her memories of this day, 1987? This is how. You wear the blue that he wore. You bear the shield that covered his heart as it does yours. You walk the beat of the streets that he walked, and let the job be a source of your dignity and pride. May God grant Detective Louis Miller eternal rest, and by our remembering him, may he never be forgotten. May you be kept safe in the service of our people, and may we all be blessed with true and abiding peace. Amen.
Pipes filled the air as a long line of blue stood at attention. At St. Rose of Lima Catholic Church, 6,500 cops made way for the body of Detective Louis Miller, who was 60 years old, a cop who was affectionately known as the Commander, having trained hundreds of rookies over the last 15 years. In fact, Detective Miller was training 3 rookies last Wednesday when they heard a radio call of burglary in progress. It was on Ocean Avenue in Flatbush. 2 suspects inside an apartment building. Detective Miller's partner was injured and Miller was killed in a hail of gunfire, which also killed one of the suspects. A shootout in which neither of the cops wore a bulletproof vest. Inside the church today, Detective Louis Miller was called a model and a mentor, and uniquely special. Outside, officers who knew him called Louis Miller a cop's cop.
He was the best. Everybody felt the same way. Cared about every recruit he ever trained. Beautiful man inside there.
Louis Miller is survived by his wife, a son, and a grandson. A detective who received 17 commendations.
He was elected to Department 1 and he was a regular police officer. He lived for the department rest his entire life.
Louis Miller had been on the force 34 years, but not yet ready to retire. A cop who was still training others to the very end. John Slattery, Channel 2 News.